When this pile of rusting barrels was discovered last year on the outskirts of a remote town in southern Spain, there was a major public outcry. In 5 dumps around the town of Almaden, 11,000 tons of highly concentrated mercury waste were found. Of even more concern was the discovery that the waste was not produced in Spain, but had travelled thousands of kilometres from all over the globe to be dumped here. Some of it had been left open to the environment for more than 10 years. Under the pretext of recycling, the company responsible for the waste stockpile, Minas de Almaden y Arianas, a major world supplier of mercury, took the deadly waste from more than 20 foreign chemical companies in return for their continued custom. But instead of recycling it, the company simply stockpiled the waste. Now, the Spanish government has ordered the waste to be buried in an area so abundant in rare bird life that it has been declared protected under a European Community Directive. The waste is being buried despite the fact that it has never been analysed to determine its exact contents, and despite scientific opinion that the mercury compounds in the waste should never be buried.
This is a horrendous example of, if you like, environmental hooliganism, for want of a better word, to leave these materials in the open air. I mean, there's obviously organic contamination, there's obviously elemental mercury contamination, and you can actually see it. I mean, it's so contaminated that you can actually see the contamination in the sample without recourse to any analytical chemical techniques, without recourse to any fancy chemistry at all.
Greenpeace scientists were arrested earlier this year when they entered the Almaden site to take samples of the waste. The samples they managed to obtain revealed extremely high concentrations of mercury compounds in the soil and in nearby river sediments. In a pond near the site, they also found concentrations of the bird poison anthraquinone, produced by the Bayer Chemical Company of Germany. Between 1980 and 1987, foreign chemical companies including ICI and Thor Chemicals of the UK, Bayer of Germany and Solvay of Belgium sent their mercury-based waste to Almaden. Companies from Norway, France, Australia, the USA, Switzerland, Sweden and the Netherlands also sent waste here, supposedly for recycling. In a recent report, Greenpeace revealed that international waste traders are increasingly cloaking their intentions under the guise of recycling in order to make their waste exports appear harmless and to exploit loopholes in the law. Under proposed European Community legislation, which would allow waste to cross national boundaries easily if it is classified for recycling, scandals like Almaden are likely to happen again and again. Greenpeace fears that poorer southern European countries like Portugal, Greece and Spain will become the dustbin for northern Europe. They insist that until international waste trade is prohibited and all recycling loopholes are closed, industry will never take the responsibility for reducing the vast amounts of waste they produce at home. Greenpeace claimed that rural communities like Almaden should never again become victims of irresponsible foreign industry.
I am aware that this material, or the vast majority of it, comes from Germany, Italy and other countries that I'm not so sure of. It has been kept at Almadenejo, where it has been unloaded. If it is so good, why have they not kept it? Why have they brought it to this place where we are under nobody's protection? What do they want to do with us? They take it for granted that they can do what they like. We are few, but we have the right to live. This way, I think, they will kill us. We have a system for analysis both in water and on land with 15 to 20 sampling points. We know from having analyzed water both below and above the dump that the difference on average is about nil. We keep this under close control so that at any given time we know its effect, and we find that it is not affecting the aquatic environment.
A ver, tú colócate, bájate ahí y a ver cómo te buscamos.
Y se ve una excavadora.
Mira, pues mi hermana trabajaba.
My brother worked for a company whose owner had trucks.
Entonces, los mineros.
The miners refused to move the waste brought from outside, so at night, after midnight, he would work from 12 till 7 transporting that waste.
A las 7 de la mañana, él entonces
He would load and unload it, and he did this for a year. At first he began to lose some of his sight, to which I said it was an outrage. He had been there a year and had been told by doctors who had seen him that they couldn't say for certain whether there was a link. They couldn't say for sure if it was true or not. But as far as we are concerned, we are convinced it was linked.
Estamos convencidos de que ha sido eso.
Siete lo que tiene. Fue lo que tiene un ratito. Así se arregla, ¿no? Como bien a vosotros. También así. Allí muere el tren. Allí muere el tren. Se quita la máquina, luego tira otra vez el tren.
Lo que sí sé, what I know is that I have seen containers with no labels on them, and it is said that there is legislation that states that they should be labeled correctly with their country of origin, etc., etc. But these lamps are not labeled, and we don't know what is in them. We ask for the following things: that they collect it so it can be seen, and that then they inform us of what is there. Lately, it turns out that they have covered the barrels with plastic. If they did not contain anything, or nothing could happen to cause any harm, then why has money been spent covering these barrels with plastic? I ask myself, something has got to be wrong.
Claro, yo he sido muy claro con el, pero no solamente que los quiten, sino que efectivamente se hagan unos. Yo creo que vosotros también debéis hacer las preguntas real y directas. Lo que
que hace. Coño, que he venido, que hay también un montón de gallines y de patos que los tienen por aquí, la gente se tienden por aquí.
They are going to bring waste here, and I do not think that it's right. There is enough with the mines already. They should create jobs and get rid of it.
¿Qué te parece a ti? ¿Qué opinas tú sobre este tema? Pues no está bien.
I don't think it's right. We have enough problems here. Why don't they do it somewhere else? It seems bad to me because of the toxic effects it could have on the town, such as illnesses, and because here there are cattle. It could contaminate the countryside, which is essential to people around here who depend mainly on farming and vine cultivation. I am aware that this material, or the vast majority of it, comes from Germany, Italy, and other countries that I'm not so sure of. It has been kept at Almadenejo, where it has been unloaded. If it is so good, why have they not kept it? Why have they brought it to this place where we are under nobody's protection? What do they want to do with us? They take it for granted that they can do what they like. We are few, but we have the right to live. This way, I think, they will kill us.
Y de esta manera yo creo que nos matan.